I thought he was a cancer at Minnesota. I thought he was a cancer at Buffalo, and I think he'll eventually be a cancer with the Houston Texans. It's the fact that the wide receiver market, the pay for wide receivers is going out of this world. Read a few weeks ago that the Bengals, actually, the cheap Bengals, who I pounded yesterday, actually offered a similar number, very much almost verbatimly the same as Justin Jefferson's contract in Minnesota, and he turned it down. He said he wanted $1 more per se, Jamar Chase, than Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. It's a very big ego-driven position and whatnot. But anyways, so just let's go back to what was said Tuesday after the game. After the game, I want to say this is a press conference yesterday. Didn't get a chance to talk about it. But obviously, I have Buffalo as a top team in my Power 5. As of today, that could change, of course, once things, as the season goes along. But here's Josh Allen. It's fun and wonderful thing. It's a fun and wonderful thing when you have a bunch of guys that don't care about the stats. And, you could, of course, then he later walked that back and said that he didn't mean for that to be a shot at any former players. Here it is. This was today, Orchard Park, New York, from Alana Getzberg. She's the Buffalo Bills reporter for ESPN. Buffalo Bills quarterback Josh Allen clarified Wednesday that the recent positive comments towards his current teammates were not digs or any way directed at former teammates. Some of what Allen said post-game news conference following the 47-10 win over Jacksonville was perceived as a shot at Stephon Diggs. Listen, it was a shot at Stephon Diggs. He's just trying not to amp things up. They play later on this season. I want to say they play here in just a few months here. That's going to be a talked about game. They play in 2 weeks, actually. 2 weeks, yeah. Buffalo's got to play at Baltimore, and then they got to play at Houston on October the 6th. So that's going to be an interesting game there. I can't wait to see that come about. Okay, but that being said, Josh Allen, back to my notes here. I mentioned a little bit of this yesterday, folks. Josh Allen, best quarterback rating. He's, by the way, 75% completion percentage without Stephon Diggs there. This is with a rookie wide receiver that's supposed to be the number one guy, Keon Coleman. This is with Khalif Shakur, who's probably perceived as a 2, possibly a 3. He's a second-year guy at wide receiver. And, of course, you've got Dalton Kincaid there at tight end. So he's spreading the rock around. 4 different players scored a touchdown. Of course, you got the running back there and James Cook. And also he has the highest completion, the highest QBR, and he's second in completion percentage, highest QBR and actual quarterback rating in the NFL. Technically, I guess he would be considered the MVP favorite with those type of numbers. With the 3-0 record, of course, it's 3 games into the season. We're technically in the first quarter. I guess what I'm saying is this has started to become a trend. If you know that you have a franchise quarterback and there is no doubt in your mind, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, regardless of what team he's on, and, of course, Patrick Mahomes there, you do not have to pay this high dollar amount for a wide receiver, $34, $35 million here. Let's go back, not to sound like a broken record, but again, Tyreek Hill went to Miami from Kansas City. You got 2 Super Bowl wins here, and now you're seeing that he's gotten another contract from Miami along with Jalen Waddle, and they're in trouble right now down in Miami. Season's already in trouble. I mentioned before, Davante Adams leaving Green Bay for the Vegas. Look at what Green Bay did. I had Rich Ferris on here. It was at the Green Bay game last Sunday. Look at the receivers that they've bought in. They look like they've hit on all their players there, and they seem to be fine. They're one of the most high-octane offenses in the NFL.